हेलो I'm live. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm सौरभ है और आज का YouTube live आपको आ रहा है सीधा Starbucks से. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but okay, that's okay. Cool. So let's start. Um, the biggest achievement of the day has to be that मैंने क्या किया अपना Claude use करके अपना posture control app बनाया है अपने laptop पे. And what that means is that on my screen I can see if I'm slouching or leaning or bending or whatever. So for example, as we speak, my posture is 3 degrees and I can fiddle with it. Now my posture is 20 degrees down. I'm 17% up and it says good. I do not know why. Okay, so it's funny, but leaning and slouching, I do not know what leaning slouching means, but ये बढ़िया है in the sense that my back and my neck was hurting for a long time, so I can do that. In fact, it has told me that if I stand and work, like if I'm standing here and looking at the screen from up close, I'm actually leaning 20% down. That's not a good thing. So when I stand, I need to have the screen in front of me, not down here, and that's a problem. Plus, at Starbucks, when I stand here on the table and work on this table, my posture is relatively bad. But when I sit on a smaller table, the posture is better. So maybe I'll get a screen like that. So if I screen like that, my posture is probably going to be better. So yeah, so that's one achievement and one win for the day. Quite like it. The other thing that I want to talk about is this entire thing about how governments have started to control things that are typically available on the internet. Like, for example, today I woke up to this entire notification about how Anthropic's fable and mythos is no longer accessible to the world per se, apart from people who are only Americans. Even if you are a non-American living in America, you can't get access, even if you're an employee of that. Now, that's a brilliant way to stop things. So I have a delivery while we do a live podcast, which is fine. DJ, thank you. Thank you, sir. So yeah, so coming back, so governments have started to control these things, and which is interesting thing because I always thought that anything that you sell over ether or over the cables is not really bound by sovereign laws, but I was wrong. It is bound by sovereign laws, and any business that you make needs to conform to the laws of the land where it's based. I think the deeper point here is, which I'm sure the commentary will happen during the day because we saw it late last night. The deeper point here is that companies will start to push for independent, non-sovereign locations. Like, for example, look at outer space. If Elon Musk is actually able to make a terraform or whatever it's called in outer space, imagine which government can control that, man? No government can control it. Elon Musk can say that, my company is not registered and the money is in some Cayman Islands or some shell or whatever, and he can route the money to some place and he can pay people here, and then he doesn't have to worry about what the government says. So I think a lot of push will start to happen to these non-sovereign states wherein the control for business is not with these governments. And I think that will be an interesting place to be at, because then it's anybody's guess what happens in those places. I mean, it's an interesting, very, very interesting opportunity, life, world that we'll get to. But let's see where we get to that and how we get to that and what we build from there on. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about. The other thing I did on Claude is that I made a food log that I'm very happy about. I'm going to run it for about a week. And if I can do it for a week, then I think it'll become a habit or so. And then I will be able to track what I'm eating, what I'm not eating. I did a very simple thing. I take a photo of everything I do, put that on a Google folder, and then Claude runs a cron job to actually analyze that and give me some thoughts of what to do. I'm also going to attach my diet plan to that same skill and see how do I ensure that I am within the diet plan and how I'm going to work from there on. So I have this, and then the other thing I was thinking about is that can I use Claude to train me to become mindset-wise ready for fitness? My problem with fitness is not that I don't want to do it. I really want it. Like today in the shower, I was thinking to myself that I don't like the way I look and I don't like the way I feel to myself. I don't care about the world, to be honest. You've seen me. But I don't like the way I am. I love to be energetic. I love to be full of life and vigor and so on and so forth. And I know that that time and age is not on my side, and I need to work on it, and I will work on it, and I will find a way. And I've had enough. This is a thing that I've spoken a million times. Ki I have had enough, and this and that, and blah blah blah. But I'm unable to work on my health, and that's something that I really want to fix. There's an entire village that supports me. There is my friends. I've lost bets. I have this entire startup with 10 highly qualified people that I respect and don't want to disappoint after me all the time. There is my loved ones, there's my friends. I'm seeing pains, my family of people who didn't take care of their health. And yet I'm unable to do anything about it. And I can now totally hard relate to people who are unable to fix their health despite trying so many things. And I think that's an interesting uh, uh, experience person. Let me call it experience. And I got no way out. And I have had my struggles with trying multiple things. And I want to be able to uh, solve for it. Yeah. So that's where I am at. That's the third thing that I had to talk about today. Yeah, I think this is it, man. Nothing more, nothing less. These are the two, three things that I think were interesting for me to capture on the video today. Plus, I hadn't gone live in last 2 days, so I think that's also important that I don't want to miss it 2 days in a row. I mean, I missed it 2 days in a row, but I will try to not miss it 2 days in a row. Also, 18th or 19th onwards, I am traveling for about a week. So I don't know if I'll be able to do live, but I will try my best. That's one. And second, the month of July will also have some bit of travel. So let's see when that happens and what that brings to me. So this is it for the day. Thank you so much. I hope you got value for today. See you. Bye.